Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Diablo 3. Now, as you guys know, the launch of Diablo 3 on the PC did not go as well as the Diablo fans would have really enjoyed. A lot of the causes for that, I mean, it could be debatable. Several people talking about the difficulty, other people talk about the auction house. Me personally, my main issues that I've had with the launch of Diablo 3 on the PC was the fact that the whole itemization was engineered to work with the auction house, kind of like directing players to the auction house, and that was pretty much what spoiled the experience for me. Anyways, right now Blizzard has released a patch. It is currently live, I believe, for both regions. I'm not sure if it's up for both regions or not, but I believe so. On the PC side of things, there's been no news in regards to the consoles, and I will get into that. I will get into why there has been no news for the consoles a couple of minutes in, but let me just tell you about the overarching of this patch. This is a patch pretty much in preparation for the Reaper of Souls. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the way that Blizzard handles stuff, is that usually whenever they're getting ready to release an expansion, like for instance if you talk about World of Warcraft, before an expansion like the Burning Crusade or an expansion like Wrath of the Lich King, usually they'll prepare and they'll balance the skills out in the game that is not with the expansion yet, to kind of streamline all the skills and allow the players to still interact with each other. Because I mean, let's face it, for instance, if Diablo 3 had a certain damage percentage in the normal version, and then it would have a different damage perception in Reaper of Souls due to balancing issues, then those two players wouldn't really be able to play together, because the skills, like one player would most definitely be more powerful than the other, because the skills wouldn't be streamlined, is where I'm getting at. So this is what they're doing. They're preparing for the Reaper of Souls, and 2.0.1 is the first step in that preparation. So below this video in the description, you guys are going to find a link to the patch notes, because it is a big ass patch, and I'm not going to be able to talk to I'm not going to be able to talk about every single item in this patch list in detail. So if you want to watch the patch list in detail, go ahead and check it out for yourselves. This is just for the PC. I believe that the patch is currently live for both Europe and North America, although I'm not 100% sure because I've been unable to log into my Diablo account for whatever reason. It's nothing serious, it's just one of those account security things, because I haven't logged in God knows how long, which is also why the footage you guys are watching in the background is actually from the console version. But anyways, the major points in this patch are going to be, starting right up, loot. Basically, your loot drops are finally going to be more optimized for your class, and not going to get stupid. At least you're going to get less stupid stats on your weapons. Particularly, I believe they even said that like stuff like intelligence on a mighty barbarian weapon, that is not going to happen anymore. Also, if I'm like make small mistakes in terms of items and whatnot, I mean, I haven't played Diablo, so bear with me here, please. Anyways, Loot 2.0 is going to be introduced with this patch. To get better drops, expect to get smart loot system, which basically means you will usually get loot that is adequate for your character. You are not going to get as much loot drops with dumb stats like, let's say, a weapon with strength and intelligence, because that makes absolutely no fucking sense. So yeah, look forward to getting better drops, thus obviously setting the first stepping stone to just obliterating the auction house. That is going to be coming up later. I believe that the auction house will be shutting down on the 14th of March, so look forward to that as well. That is not shutting down right now, but it's only like 2 weeks or something until it gets shut down, so it's not that big of a deal. They're also changing the difficulty settings, so they're going to do away with normal, nightmare, and hell, which kind of makes sense, because there's a lot of people going to be like, oh my god, it's the dumbing down and it's all this other stuff, and it's like, look guys, you guys need to realize something, okay? Diablo was a lot of years ago, okay? The whole normal and whatever, it doesn't make sense with their current difficulty systems, because basically they have 2 difficulty systems in place. I mean, even I was confused, and I played Diablo 2 for God knows how long, but when they came up with these new difficulties, I was like, so There's normal, and then there's normal, then there's hard normal, then there's expert normal, then there's nightmare normal, and so on and so forth. It doesn't make a lot of sense, particularly for newer players to the series, and Blizzard obviously wants to get that mass appeal for people to join Diablo. And a lot of people are going to consider this dumbing down, but to be completely honest, I think that this is actually a step in the right direction. Now, I haven't gotten a chance to experience this patch yet, so I cannot say with extreme certainty whether or not this is a good move, but I believe it is a good move because basically there's no longer normal, nightmare, and hell, and moshes are going to level according to your character level. So basically what you do is you just select a difficulty which you guys had on the PC side of things. It was called Monster Power. That's going to be changed too. I believe it's going to be normal, expert, it's not master, it's torment or something, and then torment will go from torment 1 to torment 5. And basically those work the same way as monster power, but you're not going to have normal, nightmare, and hell. You're just like, you're going to go through the whole game. Monsters are going to scale depending on your level. And you get to choose this other difficulty too, which is also going to affect, I believe, drop rates. I believe Monster Power also affected drop rates because that's the way it works on console right now. So this is kind of like bringing the console version and PC version a little bit closer together. They also updated Paragon levels. So Paragon levels no longer have a cap. Paragon XP is now shared among all of your characters in your account. Additionally, each level awards points that can be spent on improving your hero's attributes. Now, again, there's a really detailed list that talks about Paragon levels, but to be completely honest, I stopped playing Diablo 3 on the PC before Paragon levels were even introduced, so I don't know a whole lot about Paragon levels, but one of the things that has me really confused is how can it not have a cap, especially because it's giving you stats. So if it's giving you stats and it doesn't have a cap, well, basically it's going to reach a point where in order for you to level up, you're probably going to have to play for a year or something straight, because it's going to be one hell of an XP curve. At least this is what I believe in, because that's kind of how Diablo 2 worked. Sure, you can get to level 99, but it's going to take a long ass time. I remember I used to stop leveling my characters like at level 80. And again, this is just like, oh, you can go up to level 99. It's not that hard. Yeah, it's going to take you weeks. So that's kind of how I get that they don't need to have a cap in Paragon levels, because it's just going to reach a point where scaling is going to be just like so ridiculously hard to get those higher levels. I mean, there's going to be people that are going to keep on leveling, but then again, there's going to be people that are crazy about anything in the world. So, but yeah, those are like the three main things. There's another, which is they're adding clans and communities. Again, if you want to read this into more detail, you can go ahead and check out the patch notes, because I'm not going to dive too much into that. But basically, you can create clans, which allows you to then display tags and stuff like that. And you can also create communities. Now, the communities thing actually interests me. I'm hoping that they put this in with the console version for the PlayStation 4, because that is going to be the place where I want to play the most, if I'm to be completely honest. I know that there's going to be a lot of people, Rurikhan, you traitor, Diablo is a PC game, and all this, that, and the other. But to be completely honest, after I tried out the console version, I just had a lot more fun with the way that the console version works. It's just a personal preference thing. I'm still going to be playing it on the PC when it comes out, probably, just to check it out and to give you guys my feedback on it. But the system that I really want to play it on is on the PlayStation 4 when it comes out, like the Ultimate Evil Pack or whatever the hell it is they're going to do for the PlayStation 4. Now, people on the console are going to be like screaming foul and what's with this PC only stuff and whatever, and it's like, you guys got to understand something. A lot of this stuff that they're talking about here is already implemented on console. Now, something they definitely should do on the console is at least a patch for the difficulty settings and the Paragon levels. I'm not exactly sure Paragon levels are working on console either, but definitely the difficulty settings, they need to add that. They need to streamline it, just like what they're going to do for the PC, because it just makes more sense. Now, a lot of people seem to be reading into this as like Diablo is being dumbed down because of the consoles and all this and that and the other. And as a matter of fact, as I was reading through the Diablo 3 forums trying to figure out if there was anything being announced for the console, it kind of reminded me why I stopped going to Blizzard forums. It's just the community around Blizzard games is one of the most passionate communities. It is also one of the most toxic ones. And like, in the post that I was reading, it immediately, like, from someone asking if this patch is going to come to the consoles. I don't know, like three or four replies later, it was basically a consoles versus PC wars. And I really wish people would just drop that. I mean, seriously, can we just, like, stop this bullshit? I mean, can we just, like, stop attacking each other in the gaming community? Like, so what's the difference if Johnny wants to play in his PlayStation 3 or on his Xbox 360 and James wants to play on his PC? Do we really need to fight each other over it? I mean, they're both playing the same game. What is the difference? People are complaining, oh, the game is being dumbed down for the consoles. No, it's not. That's why they have two teams for it. There are even people saying, no, they don't have two teams for it. Trust me, when I was at Gamescom, I got to see both versions of the game. I got to see the PC version, and I got to see the console version. And there were completely different people presenting. And as a matter of fact, when I even started talking about the console version on the PC side of things, they were like, yeah, we don't really know how the console version is working out. That's not our job. So trust me, there are two different teams working on this. There's a team for the console, there's a team for the PC, and it's going to continue to be different, because otherwise, if they were dumbing it down on the PC to be able to port it to the consoles and all that, by this time PC would have had the dodge roll, which it still doesn't have. There's a lot of stuff that you can do on consoles, as well as there's a lot of stuff that you can only do on PCs. Trust me, it's going to be a different game, and it doesn't make sense for them to dumb down the PC version, because they know what the PC audience wants, and they know that what the console audience wants is different, okay? So don't start getting your panties in a twist. This is something that I saw on the Diablo forums, and I was just like, these people need to really understand that just because they're not talking about the console version doesn't mean that they're ditching the console version, and just because the PC version is being changed doesn't mean it's because the console version. Just forget about those stupid wars. Anyways, I guess I've already completely derailed this video, but the main point that I was trying to make is patch 2.0.1 is up. If you own Diablo 3 for the PC, you owe it to yourself to check it out. I mean, it's not that hard if you already own the game. You just have to log in, try it out, see if you like it more, see if you like it now better than before, and at that point you can even consider maybe even buying Reaper of Souls. I know that I've been having a blast with it whenever I play the console, because coincidentally I even played it last weekend. I had 3 friends over, and all 4 of us, 2 friends over, because obviously the other person was playing was my wife. So all 4 of us were actually playing Diablo 3, and it was a blast. It was a lot of fun. So that is kind of one of the reasons why I like playing it on consoles. You can actually just have friends over, couch co-op, lots of fun. But I can totally understand the other side of things with the whole always online thing, and that's cool because you guys, you know, your characters are on Blizzard servers, because on the consoles it's not. On the consoles, like anyone, like I could easily copy save files over and just like dupe items and shit like that. Although I don't do that because, I mean, if I'm going out of my way to challenge myself in Dark Souls, why the fuck would I be duping items in Diablo? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. But yeah, check it out. If you're on the PC side of things, check it out now. The new patch is out, and the reason why consoles haven't gotten it is, like I said, the console version already has a lot of these features implemented. All they need to do is streamline a couple of these features, I believe, and everything's going to work out fine. But what I really can't wait for is the PlayStation 4 version, because that is going to be the version that I plan on playing the most time in. But that is me personally. I just thought it was really great news, and I thought I'd let you guys know about this whole patch 2.0.1 thingy. Check it out and leave me your feedback in the comment section below. Is this going to get you back into Diablo 3? Do you think? Is it not going to get you back into Diablo 3? Let me know why. All that kinds of stuff. Let's get a discussion going, but please, don't start a PC versus console war, because honestly, I don't want to see that. I don't even care. I will just ignore people that start going about that bullshit. Well, I probably won't ignore it because I'm just an idiot like that. But still, I would rather you wouldn't do it. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. As per usual, leave your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next one.